Stephen Cassius, IFL TV here in Cardiff for the press conference for the second coming. With me, I've got trainer extraordinaire, Lockett, Gary Lockett. How are you, Gary?
Good, Coogan.
You alright?
I'm very well, thanks. The sun's shining.
Sun is shining.
You know, you can only feel happy in this weather, can't you?
Absolutely. Gavin stated that this will be his final fight. First of all, do you believe him?
Yes.
And is this what you would suggest as well?
Yes. I told him after CROLLA, you know, he's not there anymore. But in the gym, it's completely different. You know, he's unbelievable to watch in the gym, but every time he spars, he breaks down with an injury, and it's just hard to get him. It's just hard to get him to the fights now. And I promised that I'll train him for this last one now, and he made me promise to say that I wouldn't train him again after that. Because what he said is he's not gonna, if he decides to make a comeback then after this fight, he's not gonna go with anybody else. So if I say no, I won't train him, he's definitely retired. So it's sad, but it's a celebration. I think he's been one of our most underappreciated champions, hasn't he? And so many big wins. You know, I've been to Paris with him, and we had a great time over in Paris. And he wasn't fancied over there. We was in the backyard of Anthony Mazash, and they didn't play his walk-on music. We walked out, you know, in silence, and the heat in the ring, it was unbearable, and he pulled it off that night. And I've been to America with him and all over the place. So great memories for me, and he's basically the man that put me on the map as a coach. So you know, he's been a great champion.
Do you feel as though now he's finally accepted the fact that he's not the same fighter, and he's coming to terms with that, Gary?
Yeah, 100%. Because I think, you know, maybe when he was 30, 31, he wasn't the same as what he'd been. But you know, we've managed to get him to his fights, and don't ask me how, but you know, we're always breaking down in sparring with injuries and whatnot, and we just had to do things a little bit different, leave him off certain things, sort of neglect sparring a lot, and tell everyone that he's fighting fit when he hasn't been, and most of the time he's pulled it off. But against Broner, then, you know, again his elbow had gone, and you know, it was a good close fight against Anthony CROLLA, but he lost that way. You think maybe a couple of years beforehand he might have just got the nod. And against Gary, you know, I believe he won the fight. So do a lot of people. But again, going back a few years, it's a fight that he would have won. So, you know, he's not what he was, but he's still got a little bit left in the tank. And the worrying thing for me when he said this was definitely his last fight is that he wouldn't be dedicated. But the last 6 weeks since we came back from Germany, because he was over there with us for Enzo Mac's fight, he's been great. You know, he's really got his head down, and I think he's enjoyed it in the gym so much more because he's like a kid at Christmas thinking of his retirement. But he's not the kind of guy just to go in the ring and go through the motions. He's the kind of guy, he's going to leave it all in the ring on Saturday night, that's for sure.
Tell us about who else you've got on the card Saturday.
Got Big Boy, Dale Evans. Who just came from nowhere and beat Eric Ochieng last time. Referee gave it by 1 point, don't know what he was watching. Let him win in by a lot clearer than that. Really put himself up there. So Dale's fighting Mark Douglas, who we've got a lot of respect for. Fights like a nutcase, doesn't he, Mark Douglas? Yeah. So that's going to be a tough fight for Dale, but hopefully he can come through that. And I've got a kid on the bill making his debut, Alex Hughes. Alex won about 5 or 6 British national sort of titles in the amateurs. Very talented kid, and he's got a tough fight as well against Mark Till from Birmingham. So going to be a busy night for me, but hopefully I'm going to trust. You know, I'm trusting my instincts and saying that I'm coming away with 3 wins, but hopefully so.
All right, Gary. Wish you the best of luck for that, and we'll see you at the weigh-in tomorrow.
Great, cheers.
Thank you very much.